thing that motivates me about the Ranger Regiment is the work the average Ranger puts in before most people are out of bed in the morning. As diverse as our fitness goals are, most Rangers' PT plans share some similarities. Wake up super early, lift heavy things, and run really fast. But one thing we could all agree on, running really fast is a lot easier when you aren't carrying heavy things. As Rangers and families face unique challenges in this pandemic, I'm reminded that there are things a lot heavier than kettlebells that can weigh us down. Stress, anxiety, isolation, just to name a few. But there's one thing that's sure to hold you back: unforgiveness. In fact, a few years ago, researchers at Erasmus University proved that carrying a grudge will weigh you down. Literally. Researchers asked people to think about a time they'd experienced a conflict. Part of the group was asked to think about a time when they didn't forgive someone who'd hurt them. The others were asked to think about a time they did forgive. Next, they were given a physical challenge. They had to jump as high as they could, 5 times. The people who'd been thinking about forgiveness jumped 11.8 inches on average. The participants who were rehashing old hurts only jumped 8.5 inches. Another experiment showed similar results. People were asked to think about a time they'd been hurt, and then were asked to estimate the angle of a hill. People thinking about their grudges guessed that the hill was steeper than people who were thinking about forgiveness. In their published findings, the researchers said that while we all know unforgiveness metaphorically weighs us down, these experiments demonstrate the power of forgiveness in the physical domain. Isn't that wild? That means the weight of unforgiveness is more than just a metaphor. One of the researchers wrote, "A state of unforgiveness is like carrying a heavy burden, a burden that victims bring with them when they navigate the physical world. Forgiveness can lighten this burden. In times of high stress like this, we are all way more likely to experience hurt by people around us. Your relationships may be taxed. You may feel like you're pushing up against a wall. And if you and your spouse are stuck in close quarters and this hasn't happened yet, just wait a minute, because it's probably coming." But man, it's also in times like these that grace and forgiveness are so much more important. The author of the book of Hebrews in the Bible warns about the trap of bitterness, comparing it to a root that grows up to cause trouble in our lives and the lives of those around us. But in the same chapter, he urges us to set that all aside, saying, "Let us throw off everything that hinders and run with perseverance the race marked out for us." This week, show some extra grace to the people in your life, family, friends, peers, and subordinates. When someone ticks you off, remember, a grudge is one of the heaviest things you could carry. So, let go of your anger, not just for the other person's sake, but for your own.